searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name. Grass is green and so alive. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a strive. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a whirl. Savannah. Lion's gone and come. The birds have just begun. Yeah, yeah. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back.
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion!
EA Sports. It's in the game.
And it's lights out and away we go. Good evening everyone and welcome to Split Second Gaming. It is the 13th of March 2022 and we are here tonight for the F1 Pro Series. It's round 5 and we're at Imola. That's right, a new track to the calendar this season, and of course with the pros being new this season, why not have a new track? We're here at Imola. We saw the Academy take it on earlier this week on Monday night, and a lot of action definitely happened around the track and a lot of dramas. Let's see if the pros will have the same effect tonight, or will we have a blowout race? A lot of drivers having a chance at another victory. And of course, Imola, a 4.9 kilometre track with top speeds of 403 kilometres to 34 kilometres is the average speed. 19 turns at 34.4 metres elevation. So turns 2 and 3 are an action zone. We saw a lot of passing from the academy this week, but for back in 2020, we saw Verstappen and Bottas going at it there. In Tosa, we also saw Schumacher and Alonso back in 2005, switching it up here, and went on and did the opposite in the season after. Kvyat and Leclerc, of course, in 2020. Kvyat making a great pass on Leclerc and going on to his best result of 4th that season. The tyres by Pirelli are the C4, C3 and C2 compound, the red band being the fastest, the white band being the hardest and the slowest by about 1.2 seconds. We'll probably see a lot of running on those mediums, however, in the yellow, as they tend to be the favourite in Academy. As we take a look at the split-second calendar, of course, it's running side by side, Pro and Academy. Tonight's the Pros. So a recap: round 1, Darkness won at Abu Dhabi. At round 2 in Saudi Arabia, Rip the Beans won, giving the Titans 2 in a row. In round 3, White Chocolate picks up his first win ever in his split-second career at Australia, and it was a great victory for him there. Volts wins last week, and the Titans ended up with a brand new team taken to the track. Of course, tonight is round 5, the new track. 4 races, 4 winners who will be tonight, and of course Singapore being the halfway mark, who will be the contenders. Round 7 will go to Austria, the driver's favourite track, and then we start in round 8, the triple header of street circuits at Azerbaijan first, followed by Mexico there, and the boys are talking that one up as a lot of drivers either love it or hate it. And then of course to Canada before the Easter break, not long to go now. Round 11 will come back from the Easter break and we'll head off to Silverstone at Great Britain, and of course ending the season here at Brazil for the first time in split second history that it's not Australia. Catch it all live on Split Second Media on Discord, Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, and of course it's brought to you by Split Second Gaming. Alright, it's time to take a look at the standings, and I tell you what, with the drivers we've had, there's definitely a battle going on. If their name is in purple, they've reserved this season. And as you can see, White Chocolate is up the top there with Formula 1, 7 points behind him, and Rip the Beans 10 points behind that. Tomo, the defending champion from the Academy, is sitting there quietly on 34 points, and Lynx, the first reserve to actually be up there and contending. Boy Racer and Volts will be sitting on 26 points each there for the Silver Ferns, and Darkness, of course, with only the 25 points from his victory in round 1. 2-5 is sitting on 20 points there, and then of course the TMC Marathon Racing Team have 3 consecutive drivers in Jay, Paddy and Barosov. And then the Phoenix have Brainy and Caleb sitting there on 12 and 8 points, and TJS is tied with the Mustangs there as well on 8 points. Crazy Kiwis on 8 points as well for the Titans, and Ty Star is on 6 points right now. Modern Murders on 6 points as well for the Phoenix, and SJ, the team owner, team captain, but an academy driver for the Mustangs, has made his appearance and he's got 4 points. And of course Alan Santa for the TMC Marathon Racing Teams on 2. Killshot, another reserve there, and looking good with picking up a point. And Tux, one of the new drivers, will he get the Titan banner, or will this week drop him down back into Southern Cross? We're not sure, but here's the last one with points on the board. And of course the rest there you can see with no points on the table. But talking about the points, here we go. This is where we stand after round 4 for the teams, and the Titans are on top on 112 points. Silver Ferns have jumped after last week being at the bottom of the table to this week. They're now sitting in second on 86 points, and the close battle is happening for the midfield, or even the second place you could say, as Phoenix sit on 84 and 83 points for the Mustangs. And of course the Marathon Racing Team there, they are struggling a bit, 40 points behind the pack. So hopefully they can get some good results tonight and push their numbers up and be able to start contending for those middle point positions. Of course, it's going to be a tough one tonight here at Imola. Let's go now to the We Riders 1 message, and of course the national anthem of Italy. We Riders 1 is brought to you by Split Second Gaming and Split Second Media. We Riders 1 is dedicated to all who suffer with mental health in all walks of life. If you or someone you may be worried about could possibly be at harm for suicide, please call Lifeline on 13 11 14. You are not alone.
We ride as one.
We ride as one.
We ride as one.
I ride for my brothers and sisters who suffer in silence.
I ride for my brothers and sisters who suffer in silence.
I ride for my brothers and sisters who suffer in silence.
I ride for my brothers and sisters who suffer in silence.
I ride for my brothers and sisters who suffer in silence.
1 in 5 Australian adults have a chronic mental illness.
1 in 4 New Zealand adults are at risk of struggling with mental health.
Unfortunately, Australia and New Zealand mental health statistics have severely worsened through the pandemic.
We ride as one to create support,
Compassion.
Love,
Understanding,
and care to all who suffer in silence.
because when we boil it all down,
we recognise that everyone is you, just living a different life.
we now have breakthrough therapies.
For treatment of mental illness,
expediting their research and development.
Reconnection is just around the chicane.
We
ride.
We ride.
We
we ride.
We ride as
as
one.
one.
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se ne sta, dell'elmo di Scipio s'è cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chiama e schiava di Roma, Iddio la creò. Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, dell'elmo di Scipio s'è cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma, Iddio la creò. Stringiamoci forte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Stringiamoci forte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Split Second Media and Split Second Gaming. I'm your host, Sinner Phoenix, and tonight we're here for the pro season. We're in round 5 at Imola, and there are some big stories coming out of camps. We've got a short field tonight of 18, a couple of drivers unfortunately out due to personal reasons, so we'll have a short field. A couple of subs are making an appearance as well. Of course, last week, the whole Titans team was replaced, so we'll see how they go this second week. I think one driver managed to get a point, as well as their reserve driver, Lynx, jumping up from Academy and coming third for the second time in a row. Lynx won't be racing tonight due to birthday commitments, so a shout out to Lynx there, and a happy birthday. Also believe he possibly will be missing tomorrow night, depending on his birthday activities with his family. So a shout out to him, and I hope he has a great weekend. Talking about tomorrow, we'll see the Academy take on their only night race as they race the daytime races at the tracks earlier this season at Abu Dhabi and Jeddah. But tomorrow night at Singapore will be their first race under lights of the season, and also their only race under lights. So it'll be interesting to see what can come of that in the Academy. But more about that next tomorrow night. In regards to the Titans, I have just been informed Killshot will be reserving tonight. So he had a great run a couple of weeks ago when he reserved and got into the points. So can he do that again for the Titans? The split second boys possibly have a couple of reserves up into the TMC team tonight. And TMC are going to want to get some big points. They're 40 points behind the pack at the moment. So they got a lot of work to go. Next week at Singapore is going to be the halfway mark. So if they want to be contenders for that championship title, they're going to have to work hard tonight and next week and get themselves preferably all 4 cars in the points to even have a chance here in the pros. Of course, the pros, the drivers are racing for real money, and so are the teams. So a lot of work there for the TMC boys. Marathon Racing have got a lot to do, and their team owner Broseph has a lot of work to do for him cut out as an owner at the moment. So a bit of pressure on his shoulders, but let's see if he can carry his team home tonight to some much needed points. The Mustangs have been pretty quiet, but also been up and down with their own driver problems, but are looking a bit sharp. They lost third place this week, and the big story is the Silver Ferns have bumped up the table. Also, with the Silver Ferns, Tomo has quietly gone under the radar, but for the last 3 consecutive races, he has finished 4th. Now, with penalties yet to come through and readjust the table, apparently, which is I've just been notified was missing penalties from Australia. Probably more than likely look at putting Tomo in 4th place and matching his consecutive run in 4th for the last 3 weeks. Now, there's been 4 races so far in the pros, and we've seen 4 different winners. So this championship is very much alive, all racing for everything these guys are. And I can tell you, none of them are going to give an inch at all, as it is just as important to win the Drivers' Championship as it is to win the Constructors' Championship. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Apparently, Beastie is out for the Titans. I'm getting some information fed through to me now. So that is a bit unfortunate. I think Beastie has only made the track once so far this season. So it'll be interesting to see what does occur. Now, we've got a lot of comments coming through, and I'm just trying to keep a quick look. Now, the boys are going to track now. It is 6:45 local time, so the boys are heading straight to the track. And we will see what happens. But yes, late news right now is Killshot will be subbing in tonight for the race. And shout out to some of the boys that are overseas that race in the Academy League. A few of them are staying up tonight to watch. So a huge shout out to them. Now, it looks like wet weather. So the tyre forecast at the moment, it looks like qualifying is wet weather, guys. We'll get that all that data up for you now, the track map and all that, and get it ready to go. And we'll run through the teams. But the boys are on track, and it is raining, so we are in for a fun night if that rain sticks around for the race. We haven't seen a full wet race, I don't think, in the pros this season, so tonight should be massive. Couple of quick shout-outs. 6 days ago, we saw Ash Boy start a follow. Saw Ray, Ash Boy, Kato, Catatonic, and Rick Rosa all join us on Twitch. Dr. Frosty, also a shout out to you, mate. And of course, the like from Stephen Brown on Facebook. Thank you very much. All right, if you do like what you see, like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, and also stars on Facebook would be amazing. But for now, guys, that's right. It is time to head down to the track. We're at Imola for round 5 of the pros, and we're going to go live right now down to the track. The boys are out on track and getting out there early. And we will be joining tonight. We're going to start with the one and only Timmy as he comes out of the pits for the Phoenix. They're looking to regain their spot in second tonight after dropping. So we'll jump on with Timmy, who won race 2 or 3, I think. Actually, no, I think Timmy's substituting tonight, actually. Yeah, Timmy's an academy driver, I think. So I'm not 100% sure on what's going there. I'm sure we'll get a message or two. Someone will update us on that. But anyway, Timmy will be joining as he comes out of the pits. I'm just waiting for him to come out of the pit bay here at Imola. And then we'll go joining Timmy for a run at the moment. Most of the guys are out. Only 3 are in the pits. And we've got a field of 18. So let's go racing at Imola. tonight. So as we said, we are on here with Timmy at the moment, but let's just have a quick look at your roster tonight. So Paddy will be racing for the Marathon Boys formula for the Mustangs. Sir Jake is racing in the Titans team, and TTV Mart is going to be running for the Mustangs. Tux is there for the Titans, and of course Broseph and Alan Santa there for the Marathon Boys. We've got Badger in for the Mustangs, and Killshot will be racing in the Academy livery as a substitute tonight. So he'll have a bit of a different livery there for the Titans, but it will be he'll be racing for the Titans. Then we've got 3 out of 4 of the Silver Ferns there. We've got Tomo, Boy Racer, and Racer Ace, or we just call him Racer and Boy there, so there is no confusions. And then we got Tetris, the final Titan, and then of course Timmy here for the Phoenix, and Ray down the bottom there is in 15th. These two, I believe, have been going at it for the Academy. As we'll start a lap with Timmy. Here we go for a lap around Imola. Timmy's going to start. Boy Racer goes to the top with the first lap set at a 121.9. He's on the softs at the moment. Talking about the softs, let's throw them up there. What is the best tyre they're on? So Badger's gone for the inters. Everyone else is still on the softs out there. We've got a bit of rain happening on the track, as well as Timmy is trying to get a good fast lap in before this rain sets in. Remember, this is the pros, so the first 15 will go through to qualifying 2. As we're seeing some yellow flags in Sector 1. Look like maybe one of the Titans might have come a bit loose there. Oh no. Racer has had an incident. I can't see who's coming up to him. It's one of the orange cars. Not that one. But they've all gone past as I tried to find them. So one of the yellow cars is coming up to him. Here we go. Where is Racer? There he is in the middle of the track. So that's a DNF for Racer. That is unfortunate. And that is going to hurt the budget there of $5 million for the guys. Timmy didn't set a lap. I'd say it was a deleted lap, or he's just coming down the start-finish straight now, actually. Sorry, he'll cross over now, and Timmy will make a time. No, it was a deleted lap. So Sir Jake sitting in 9th at the moment. White Chocolate, he is up the top there with the fastest lap by about 200ths at a 120.7. And Formula not far behind him with a 120.9. Timmy goes to the 3rd. There you go. It wasn't a deleted lap. I take that back. So Tux is up there in 4th at the moment, and Alan Santa. So they want to make the top 15. That's the cutoff point. As you can see, Racer's time, he did set a 121.7, which actually puts him in around, he got a 121.77, so that actually puts him in 8th currently. So a lot of drivers to try and beat that time to actually knock him down to 15th. Will that happen before this rain sets in? It looks like it's going to be a wet quali. So the boys are in for a bit of trouble. And I do get confirmation Timmy is a substitute tonight and stepping it up for the Phoenix. So Timmy and Ray are going to probably have a good challenge on their shoulders tonight, along with Killshot, as they are the Academy drivers tonight, stepping up for their professional teams. And that looked like either Tetris or QE Tetris ended up off the track and allowing Jake to move forward. So Badger ends up on those inters, and he's still sitting down to 16th. Tomo on an outlap at the moment, and Caleb in 18th. And just being told that Jake has the sponsor glitch. Yes, we're aware of that. We've made a note. And just talking about taking notes, I've just noted that Racer has DNF'd in qualifying. The question will be, where does he finish, or will we go through with 14? Ray. Not after that lap of the gods last Monday. So a couple of comments coming through. Sir Jake, he's not gonna really move up the field. He does better the time as we watch TTV go in there. Alan Santa, he's been looking very consistent this season for the pros and getting the job done there for the marathon, but they probably would like some better results. He's been consistent, but they would probably like a little bit more higher up in the sense of the of the points there. We'll just have to see. Now, talking about getting better, he's got a purple second sector. What can he do now as he comes down in the third sector? Can he upset the field here? Is he on for a hot lap, and is he going to get that, that marathon car across that finish line and get him right into contention here for being one of the top runners for pole tonight? And, oh, he's into the pits and taking out a little bit of the signage. Modern Murder, as he comes around the turn, is up on his time, so he'll be coming into the pits, no doubt. The rest are in the pits. That water looks like it's getting a bit much. Talking about the water, the only driver with the inters on at the moment, and the only time set for him is a 125. He goes really wide there, and he's coming into the pits. Tomo's out there on the softs as the rain comes down. Can he get a decent time? This will be the question here. He doesn't want to end up in that 15. He's been doing really, really well this season, being consistent. He's had one DNF at the start of the season, and then since then he's been in with a top 5 finish for the rest of the season. He is the benchmark defending champion, back-to-back defending champion of the current of the academy class, and this season being the pro steps up. He is not named the one to beat. We know how consistent of a drive he can put together, but he only goes to 13th there on those softs. Will that be enough to keep him out of trouble? Tetris, Broseph, and Badger all can have a punt at this. Killshot on the edge of the time frame at the moment. He will drop out first, and Tomo's also looking a bit dangerous as his own teammate is sitting in 15th on a 121.7. The drivers that want to beat that to stay into quali need to do that, as at the moment the time really to beat is a 123.1 for those bottom 3 drivers, Tetris, Broseph, and Badger. If they can get a 122, they'll start pushing those 3, Paddy, Tomo, and Killshot, down the track. But as I say that, Paddy goes up to a 121. So now those at risk are Caleb, Tomo, and Killshot, really, for the 3 at the bottom. 2 are in the pits, Broseph's on a lap, but Tomo sets a purple sector 2 as he keeps going. We've got a sector 3 yellow, as one of the marathon cars step aside and let Tomo finish his lap, and hopefully that didn't impede Tomo too much. Now, what can Tomo do? Is he going to get this across the line with a good time, or is he going to find himself in Struggle City on this track? We haven't seen this track before in Academy, so this is even new to him, other than the testing he's done on it, and he'll go to 4th. That should be enough to secure a guarantee into Quali 2, but there's still 7 minutes to go, and the rain's about to come hard, apparently. The radar is saying it will be heavy for Quali 2 and 3, or at least be coming that way. So we'll see what happens. Next on the list at the moment, let's have a look. Paddy's out there. A lot of the guys are in the pits or on an out lap, so we'll just have to see. Broseph looks like he's just starting a lap, or he's up in at the end of sector 1 and 2 maybe. What can Paddy do? At the moment the field's very scattered, not a lot of team members near each other, except for maybe up the top there with the two Phoenix cars. White Chocolate still sitting on top. Formula hasn't tried to set a better time, and Timmy's sitting there too, the reserve for the Phoenix tonight. And Paddy is still in 9th as he starts off on this lap. The rain just drizzling down. It doesn't look like it's really affecting those normal dry tyres. We've only had one driver come out on the Inters so far to set a time, and he is sitting at the bottom at the moment, saying that the Inters are not quite ready at the 125 mark. Tetris, Broseph, and Badger are out at the moment if a red flag was to drop. And of course, Racer will end up out in 15th with only 14 cars going through to the next session, unless the 3 drivers below him can get a time better than a 121, but all drivers would have to do that to push him out, as he is sitting quite high there. He'd be sitting right now in about 11th. So, as Paddy's looking strong, the South African. He's been putting in apparently a bit of practice this week with the marathon boys. And he said as much as the track is got its technical difficulties, he's surprisingly finding it a decent challenge, but at the same time enjoyable. So we'll have to see what he can get here on the time. He's looking about a 122. 121, there you go. He stays in 8th, but a decent lap time there to carve it down in front of TTV. Puts the challenge out. Most of the boys are in the pits. Alan Sanders out. Killshot, the reserve for the Titans. He'll be running the Southern Cross Live, which you'll see tomorrow night in the Academy. He's running that live tonight as he is a substitute. And he has had a good run. He's only been in the pros once this season, and he has had a good run. So can he keep that momentum going? Not quite enough there. Timmy has retired from the session. He's happy in 4th. So we'll see if he can hold that down, because he'll go through to Q2. He shouldn't have a problem with that, I don't think. There's still 5 drivers there sitting above the 121s. I don't know if they're going to be able to push those cars now with this rain coming out and making it a little wet. It's looking like those dry tyres are sticking to the track pretty well. They're pretty strong at the moment. The water's not piling up. We're not seeing the pools of water on the track at the moment. But it's looking good. Now, Killshot, as he goes for this next lap, he's in Sector 2. It's definitely a very technical track. We saw a lot of drama in the real F1 here and last season, and we saw a lot of drama here with the Academy boys on Monday night too. May seem like one of those tracks where people are just going to space out and DRS train, which we saw, but for some reason the safety car seems to back them up and get them going again, and safety cars breed safety cars. So the race tonight will be interesting. There's 2 drivers down tonight, 18 drivers on the track. Maybe that might leave a little bit of room as Killshot is dropped down, and that is because the driver, well, he's pulling out there into the pits. So the driver that just advanced then was Badger. He goes up into 10th. So for the Mustang, so at the moment on the drop-off, it will be Racer, Killshot, Tetris, and Broseph. So those marathon boys have been struggling all this season to get those points, and Broseph being eliminated in Q1 won't help their cause, you would imagine, for the race. Tetris and Killshot, the 2 Titans. And then, of course, Racer will be DNF for the rest of quali, but may qualify for 15th at the end of this session if Killshot, Tetris, and Broseph can't beat his actual time. So at the moment, they need to beat at best, they need to beat a 122.699 to knock Caleb down. He's on the cusp at the moment, but only these 3 will be the ones that can do it. Looks like Ray Ray's out on a hard lap. We'll see what he can do, and it looks like the Phoenix have retired White Chocolate and Timmy. They believe they've done a strong enough job to get him to them 2 into the next session. Now that's a deleted lap there for Ray Ray. That's going to hurt, and Badger would be on an in lap. He is. So at the moment, we've got a couple on out laps. Boy Racer and Jake are on out laps. And so is Broseph and Caleb. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. If any of those 3 at the bottom can get themselves a 121, then they've got a they've got a great chance of knocking Ray Ray and Caleb back out of the top 3 of the top going top 14 going through to qualifying 2. And Boy Racer not really getting there. Ray Ray, we know, has a deleted lap. Broseph starts his hot lap. Let's go with him. Let's actually go for a lap of the track with Broseph, the owner and team captain of this team here, the Marathon Boys. Turn it up and listen good. into the cuss and he's pushed Caleb down with a minute left on the clock. That's going to be interesting because Caleb's in the pit. So Caleb is definitely looking to be dropped here as Broseph gets himself up there into the point of, or the breaking point there. So Killshot, he's on a hot lap, and so is a few of them. It looks like Tetris has got a purple sector too. He's on for a hot lap here. You can see who's still got times to set and on the track, and who is checkered flagged. So Caleb is definitely out. Where will he be out is the question. It does look like Racer will end up in 15th. And Tetris pushes himself up into 12th. He'll go through to the next phase. What can Ray and Sir Jake do? Broseph also drops down now. And I don't think he's going faster than his previous time. He may have a chance here. He may be able to log another time. Boy Racer goes to the top with what was a hot lap, I gotta say. And Broseph with a hot lap into 8th. And so does Killshot. Killshot goes to 4th. What can Ray and Sir Jake do? Tetris is on the cup. Jake is going to be out. And so is Ray. As they both are now the only ones left on track. But wow, what a lap by Killshot. Gets himself into 4th. And moves up into a good position there. Not to mention Broseph, who pushed up to 8th, but then has dropped down to 9th because of Killshot's lap. That was amazing. But Racer will end up with the DNF, but still start in 15th. Ray ends up in 16th as he won't complete another lap. And Sir Jake is going to end up for the Titans there in 17th. And, of course, Caleb for the Phoenix in 18th. Just couldn't find the pace out there on a slightly greasy track. So they've got a minute left roughly on this. But Ray, what unexpected turns there. He did really good in his last performance. And I believe that's Sir Jake going into the pits there. Is that Tetris behind that's on a flyer? Must be. I don't know why he's flying around the track as he won't be getting a better time, but he is sitting in 14th, so he will go through to the next round. Racer would have made it through with a 121.77. He would have actually had this man on the 15th position and been in 14th with the current time, but because he's DNF'd, he will end up being out of the following qualifying and will start at 15th. So a quick look there. The fastest lap, getting a sub 19 or getting a sub 20 there with a 19.5. He's almost beaten him by a second and a half there. Boy Racer pulling out the guns with the absolute immense lap. Can he follow that up in Q2? That will be the question. White Chocolate, a bit of a challenge now, knowing what Boy Racer can pump. Formula in 3rd. Killshot with a great lap, putting him up into 4th there. He almost made it into the 20s. So he's going to be dangerous. Alan Sano can't rule him out, nor can you with Timmy, Tomo, and Tux. And, of course, Broseph with a great lap there at the end, and Modern Murder rounds out your top 10. But we'll go into the second run here, round 2. And shout out from Lynx watching at home, the Titans team captain. He said, timed it perfectly for Killshot. Yeah, it looks like he definitely did. Junior with a Let's Go Racer. And it looks like it dried out at the end. Yeah, it does. So the rain may not be sticking around. We'll just have to wait and see. As it looks like it is getting dry. So remember, the tyres these guys set their lap time on will end up being the tyres they have to start the race on. So strategies will be key. So Ray apparently in race control saying he's not happy with the quality conditions. They were quite bad. As you see, a Phoenix and a Mustang coming out early. They've got 15 minutes here to get out on track, get up into the top 10. If they're not in the top 10 by the end of this, so if you're in 11th, 12th, 13th or 14th, you are out and will qualify in those positions. And after this session, we will go to Q3 for the top 10 shootout. That's going to be up after this session, so don't go away. Make sure you like, share, follow, and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to join us Monday nights for the Academy at 6:30, and of course every Sunday night here for the pros. Should be a great night, so we'll see what happens. Now, yes, you will see that logo moving around a little bit. As I readjusted, it was in a bad position. And we'll just put it there. So I do apologise for that. Not often do I end up doing that, but yes, we have a new digital logo for the stream. Alright, so we're going to jump on with Boy Racer. A few of the boys were out there. What we'll do is keep an eye on Boy Racer for when he comes out on his hot lap. A couple of the guys are out there now on their out laps, giving their tyres a good warm-up. But Boy Racer timing a great lap. White Chocolate, here we go. He's on a hot lap. Let's see what he can do and what he can produce. You're watching Split Second Media, brought to you by Split Second Gaming. And we're on with White Chocolate. He sat there the whole Q3 session, even retired in first. And then right at the end on that last section, Boy Racer came up and picked it with a 119.4. So he's gonna have to push it pretty hard here. It'll be interesting to see if the Titans can get their 3 drivers up there, along with the team that need to do it the most, the Marathon team there. They're targeted with the orange on your sidebar there. If you see an orange next to their name, that's the Marathon boys. Red, of course, is Phoenix. Yellow is the Titans, and tonight green for Killshot is representing the Titans. He's from the Southern Cross Academy, who are green on Monday nights. And then, of course, the black is the Silver Ferns, and the blue is the Mustangs Pro Team. So keep an eye out on them. Find your favourite driver. Let us know in the comments on Twitch there who you want to see and support, who you support. We want to thank everyone who's watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. A 119. There you go. The conditions are definitely better. And White Chocolate gets a 119 on the mediums. But straight after, Formula will get a 115 there. Sorry. So 116, 115. What's Paddy going to do? Paddy gets a 116. Modern Murder gets a 117. Now, where's Boy Racer as he's going to be on that hot lap? Let's see what he can do as he set the fastest lap. He's on a disqualified lap there. All right, Tomo. Paddy has left the session, so I'd say he's having disconnection issues as usual. The South African, he does have those connection issues sometimes, especially if the weather's not the best. But let's see here what Tomo can do. A lot of pressure on this man this week. Trying to push his boys to be able to get a gap from the other teams and start chasing down the Titans. They get themselves into second after last week's efforts. They're now on the hunt for first, but also to get a bigger gap from those guys that the 3 teams behind them in the Phoenix, the Marathon, and the Mustangs. So Tomo's had a lot of work this week to prepare his boys. Looks like he's done a good job because there's 2 of them, 2 out of 3 of them tonight in the top 14. And he'll go to 6 on mediums there. Just remember, whatever they qualify fastest on in this session is what tyre they have to start with in the race tonight. And that is going to put pressure on strategies in different areas. We've seen some good strategies this season. But we'll just have to wait and see at the end. Now, Badger, he's on a deleted lap. Killshot's on an out lap. It looks like he's got his teammates around him. It looks like Tetris and Tux are there. Tux is up into second. Broseph into third. White Chocolate's down to 4th. Paddy and Alan Sanders in their 5th and 6th. The Marathon boys are looking strong to make this top 10. So we'll just have to see what time these 3 Titans can get. As they're going to work together, we're going to try and stay with it. Now, Tetris is on an out lap. I believe he's the one in front there. No, he's behind the boys. So it's Tux giving the draft to Killshot. Now Killshot's giving the draft to Tux and Tetris. We'll have to see what kind of laps these guys can produce. Let's pull that lap data up. So he's on the mediums at the moment. What kind of lap will he be able to get? And right behind him looks like it's Tetris. It is. And Tetris is on the mediums as well. They're going for a different strategy than some. Most drivers want to get that medium band. They saw that from the academy on Monday night. Killshots knows what it takes to get around this track and what he needs for the race tonight to get competitive on the points. But Killshot and Tetris are pushing their cars and working together by the looks of it. Tetris, he's getting a nice tow. Can't get a split on his sector as there is no sector time set yet. Badger, Killshot and Tetris along with Timmy are waiting to get times on the board. Current leader is Formula. He's gone to the top, beating Tux at the moment with a 1:15.27. But the Titans, can they get their boys all the way across the line? As Killshot will go to 10th, Tetris to 11th. Very similar times, about 200ths in difference there. TTV is coming out of the pits now. Badger's going in, and Timmy is on an out lap. Well, what can he do there? That will be interesting. He's on a out lap at the moment, and he's coming around to start a lap. We're actually going to join this academy driver who's doing very well in the academy season at the moment, but we're going to join him for a hot lap here in qualifying 2. So a deleted lap there for Timmy. Unfortunately, he's going to have a lot of pressure now with about 6.5 minutes to go. So we'll come back to him and keep an eye out. Looks like we've got Killshot on track with Tetris again. I don't know if they're going another lap. No, they'll be on an in lap. So at the moment, the only one really running a lap would be Timmy, who's coming around. Will he be starting a new lap? It looks like he will. So we'll see what kind of time he can get there. The two Titan drivers or Southern Cross drivers are up around Sector 2. So he should have a clear run as he goes past that Silver Fern. And it looks like there is there's a marathon car on a hot lap as well, a little bit further back, coming through the first turn. So what can Timmy do? The pressure on this young rookie from the academy class. We saw a flash of purple there in Sector 1. Maybe that's Silver Fern behind him on the out. Oh, it's Tomo on an out lap, so he wouldn't be trying to set a time. Let's see what he can get here at the moment. He's got a 51. He's got a purple sector, Sector 2. Here we go. This could be big. Can he make it a good lap? Can he put in a time? He's got to get in the top 10. At the moment, there is two Phoenix there. If he gets in the top 10, he'll push Modern Murder down onto 10th and knock Tetris out of the qualifying. There is 5 minutes left. Where's he going to go? And he goes into 6th. Timmy is on the board. Phoenix have got 3 cars there. What can Tetris and Killshot do? Not to mention TTV's got to put in a good time along with Badger. 2 Mustangs are looking at being eliminated. 2 Titans looking at being eliminated as the top 10 shuffle a little bit there. Tomo down into 9th. Modern Murder in 10th and on the cusp of being eliminated. Tetris is out on track trying to get a good time on the tyres. White Chocolate has retired from the session. He believes he's in a safe enough spot to go through to the top 10 shootout. Now, he did this earlier in Q1 and lost the fastest time. Formula is still in the pits along with Tux as well. The 3 marathon boys, 4, 5 and 6. This is the kind of result they want tonight. They want a good position to start where they can get points all night long for all drivers. Right now, Badger's on a hot lap. Let's see what he can do as he starts. So So Badger, he's new to the Mustang team, just joining up this week. Let's see what kind of driving he can do. Can he get a Mustang into the top 10 with Formula? Formula's in there at the moment, and you'd imagine that's where he's going to stay. I don't really see anyone other than maybe Boy Racer Tomo to be able to upset that's still in here. Tomo, talking about him, goes to second. He's going to secure his spot there. White Chocolate dropping down into fourth, tucks into third. The marathon boys might be wondering whether they need to put out another lap just in case, as we saw that track not only dry up in Q1 from the little bit of rain, but also get faster, and it seems like it is getting faster and faster the more qualifying's going on. Will Formula be able to hold on to the fastest lap there, or will we see an upset again on the last lap like we did in Quali 1? Oh, a bit of a moment there, rides the curbs. Doesn't get him a deleted lap, so it wasn't using too much of the effort. And he'll go to 10th. Modern Murder is out into the disqualification, into the kick-out zone. And TTV, what can he do? So the Mustangs, they've got two up there now, and that car looks like it's very loose. That rear end of the car is moving around. Only guy not to set a time so far in Quali 2 with 2 minutes 30 to go. TTV is out there. And this isn't the TTV everyone knows. This isn't Coys. This is the new member. We saw him last week racing. And he is a permanent fixture in the Mustang team now after his great efforts last week. But since TTV Coys is not racing, we're going to tune in and call him TTV. And he'll go to 11th. It's not enough. His teammate, he couldn't beat his teammate. And he'll carry on that position. 10, as we can see, Killshot in the pit area there. Formula is retired. He's feeling strong enough. Tetris and Killshot need to get some times along with Modern Murder. They've got to get some times on the clock. This is big. Oh, and I think Tetris is just getting out of the way. A little bit of courtesy there. Maybe trying to get himself in a position for a slipstream to get that last lap in. I'm not sure. Paddy goes up into second and retires for the session. He doesn't want to use any more tyres, so he's done it on the softs. So at the moment, starting on the softs, if it was to stop right now in the top 10, you'd have Badger, you'd have Broseph, Alan Santa, Boy Racer, Tux, Tomo, Paddy, and Formula all on those softs at the moment. And only White Chocolate and Timmy starting on the mediums at the moment. So it looks like Tetris, he's switched to the softs. He probably didn't want to, but he figures the only way to make top 10 is to do this. But right on his tail is got to be Timmy on an outlap. So this toe behind Tetris won't help him. Killshot on an outlap. 45 seconds left in qualifying. They've got to get across that line. If they want to set a time, they've got to get across that line now. TT has ended up retiring. He will retire at a minimum of 11th. He will not be going through the top 10 shootout. So he will get a free tyre choice to start the race. What can Tetris do? He may have to start on the sauce if he can get the fast lap and get to the top 10. What can he do for the Titans at the moment? 2 out of 3 Titans could be eliminated. Tux up into the top 10 as well. He's in 4th. He sits strong. As they come around the last bend here, Tetris, what time is he going to set? It's going to be a tough one. Can he beat that 1:16? No, it's a 1:17. And unless he goes on a shooter straight away, he will not get another chance. That's it. That's the only chance he's got. Killshot. He's the last. He'll be one of the last in the field as well. There is a Titan on the run here. He'll get a checkered flag here. What will be his final time? Can Modern Murder move himself up or not? He moves into 11th, pushes the Mustang to 12th. Tetris and Killshot, the only 2 left that really can change their position. We've got Broseph and Timmy out there as well on track. Timmy's right behind Tetris right now. What can he do? Killshot, he gets the checkered flag and is out in 14th. So he will not make the shot. A shootout. What can Tetris do? Can he make himself faster? Can he get there and support his teammate in Tux? What can Tetris do here? He's got the purple sector too. That's a good sign. And right behind him is Timmy. Timmy's pretty much secured a spot, I think. Has pretty much guaranteed a safe spot there, as Tetris is the only one that can bump anyone down. So on the cusp is Badger. Will Badger stay where he is, or is Tetris going to upset the Mustangs? And Tetris goes to 9th, knocking out Badger. No one else can push up, and Timmy will be safe in 10th. Just as he'll come across this line. He'll come across the line. He won't improve his time, but he doesn't need to. He will finish in the top 10 as Broseph will be coming across the line. It looks like he's slowed down for the pits. But that is a big lap by Tetris. He gets into the shootout, the top 10. So that's Killshot. He is out in 14th. TT will end up there in 13th. Modern Murder will end up in 12th. And in 11th at the last second will be Badger. He's going to end up starting in 11th. Bad news is those boys are out. The good news is they'll get to choose their tyres they want to start on. But the top 10, wow, what a run. TMC also, I believe, have ended up with all 3 of their drivers tonight up in the top 4, I think. Except for Ray. Sorry, 3 of their 4 will end up in the top 10. Sorry. So, yes, Paddy getting 2nd. Alan Santa and Broseph in 7th and 8th. So, a great start for them. They're in a top 10 run here for qualifying. So, Formula, Paddy, Tomo, Tux, White Chocolate, Boy Racer, Alan Santa, Broseph. Then there is Tetris and Timmy. That's your top 10 for this run. 2 will be starting on the mediums, and that will be White Chocolate and Timmy. They have to start on the mediums in the race, so keep that in mind. Unless we end up with a wet race, it will be 2 on the mediums and 8 in the top 10 starting on softs. The rest will get a choice in the field here. But the 4 eliminated again is Badger, Murder, TTV and Killshot. As we move on to the top 10 run here. The top 10 shootout. This should be good. Don't go too far away. You've probably got a minute or 2 to go and quickly grab a drink and a snack, as the boys will do their final little checks on the car before they send them out for the top 10. So there's 12 minutes here for the top 10. We've got the map up. Let's get the data up, and we'll give you guys the fastest lap with the best tyre. Alright, so once they start coming out, they'll have around about 10 minutes, I'd say, just under 10 minutes by the time they get around to set their first time on the track. So we'll see, here we go. Again, we've got Paddy, Formula, Tux, Broseph, Alan Santa, Tomo, Boy Racer, Tetris, Timmy, and White Chocolate. Team-wise, the team that did the best at the moment would definitely have to say is the Marathon boys. They've got 3 in quali here. Mustangs with 1. The rest of the teams have got 2, so a fairly even run for 3 of the teams, but the domination coming from the Marathon team and the Mustangs being the underrun team. So a couple of cars starting to get out early. We'll see what happens here. So we've got Formula. He'll be the first one to set a time, so we'll stay with him. He's had his moments. He's had some great runs. He's also, unfortunately, with that table that was released tonight, there is the 10-second adjustment from Australia in penalties that has not been added to that. So, unfortunately, he'll go from second place in Australia down to, I believe it's 5th or 6th. With that 10-second penalty, I'm not 100% sure. So a big change in points there for him. So he'll be out for a big race tonight when they hit the track for the actual race. It's all cleared up. We're seeing dry track and dry tyres, so it should make for an interesting run here right to the end. Remember, we've had 4 races. From that 4 races, we've seen someone bust pole at the dying seconds. The amount of lap of the gods we've seen in the last qualifying here in Quali 3 all season. It does not let us down. I don't expect it to let us down tonight. And here we go. We start it with Formula. He's going to be the first one to set a time, unless he gets a deleted lap or has an accident, as he goes into turn 1 here. It's a very technical course with the chicanes. You come into that sweeper on turn 3. Head down into another chicane of 4 and 5. These are great moments and areas for passing opportunities as well as you come into the big hairpin and sweeping turn here. Try not to ride the curbs too much, but still use them to an extent. And then you come up the hill and push it as hard as you can before you get that left-hand sweep And then back into the snap right. You got to be careful here not to throw the car off the track, as it does bend into a tight snap as well. You come down, start heading down the hill into a nice right-left, and then again keep coming down this hill into the final turn, pushing the car over the ridge and into the last two left-handers. It's very tight here, very easy to overrun the track. And then you'll come in and around for the finish to complete your lap. What time will he set? The bar's set at a 1:14.5 or 1:14.6 practically. So it looks like QE has a deleted lap. So that will be Tetris who sets the second time. And he is way off pace there. I would imagine that's not going to be good enough to stay in second for too long. Looks like there's a red car coming, so that would be White Chocolate. No, it is Timmy. Timmy has a deleted lap, so we'll just have to wait and see. QE looks like the next one to come through. He's on a deleted lap, which would then leave White Chocolate behind him. Let's see what he'll set for his time. 8 minutes left on qualifying 3. And he'll go to second there. Still almost a whole second off formula there. Broseph goes into fourth. Looks like we've got the Silver Ferns coming across the line now. They're on out laps, so they're about to set laps. Now, why not? Let's do it. Let's set a lap here with Tomo. He is the defending back-to-back champion from Academy. What can he do here? This is his hot lap. There you go, Tomo goes up into third. That's going to be a good challenge for him and a great starting point if he can hold it, but no one seems to be able to find that time to challenge Formula at the moment, but Tomo will be happy with that. 3 drivers yet to set a time. Paddy's out there, so let's see what he can do. Alan Santa yet to set a time. He's on his out lap, and Timmy, he's in the pits at the moment. QE and Tetris for the Titans are sitting 5th and 6th, which is a good effort for them, considering this is their second race in the Pro Series. They're doing pretty good to hold their own at the moment. So we'll just have to keep an eye on this as the marathon boys, the marathon continues. Can they better themselves? Paddy will split those Titans and go up into 6th. Brosef's time just not good enough at the moment. He's in 8th. Alan Santa still on an out lap. Timmy on an out lap. Tomo's on an in lap. Boy Racer is out there as he comes around. He's going to be close to finishing his lap. I don't think it's going to be better than a 2:15. No, it won't. He's into the pits. Tux, he's into the pits as well. Paddy would be coming in. Tetris is in the pits. Brosef's on a cool down lap there. Alan Santa is about to start. So we'll see what he can do. We'll stay with Alan Santa. Timmy's a fair way behind. He's about halfway around the track on his out lap. So Alan Santa to set a time. He hasn't set one yet. Can he beat the times ahead of him or not? The top 10 are looking dangerously good here and could definitely... Oh! And that looks like it's it. Alan Santa is a DNF with no time. Timmy just has to set a time and he'll get 9th. But Alan Santa with a DNF. And that was a big shunt. We saw him go out the side there. That was a massive, massive shunt. It must have got the ripple strip. They bite here. They bite hard. And that is unfortunate. So we'll jump on with Timmy. He's just got to set a time now, and Alan Santa will end up in 10th. but that is unfortunate for Alan Santa. He's had such a good run today. He was looking strong for a good setup for the marathon boys, but unfortunately he's found the curb and the wall at the same time, and that will end his qualifying. So they'll have to get that car set for the race. So a bit of a hit there. Sector 1, fastest sector for Timmy. He's on for a chance. Can he challenge Formula? Can he join his teammate White Chocolate up there on the grid? What can happen here? He's looking strong. He gets a Sector 2 purple as well. That's a first and a second sector purple. What can he do here? Can he get it? Can he take the pole? He's looking for it. He's doing so well in the academy this season. Can he take that form into his first appearance here in the pros? What can he do? He's looking strong. He's going to be close to beating that 114. I don't know if he can get it, but no, it's a 115. He'll go to third. He'll line up behind Formula, not next to him. So that is massive. That is a massive, massive run for him. So Alan Santa DNFs and will not set a time, so he will finish in 10th. So we'll just have to see how the rest pans out here for the boys. We've got a couple coming out on the outlaps. 3 minutes to go. Paddy's back out on track, setting a time. Here he goes. He's sitting down in 7th. So at the moment, from 6 down, it goes Titan, Marathon, Titan, Marathon, Marathon. So what can they do? Marathon with the most cars. That's a deleted lap. That's going to hurt Paddy's chances. He'll get around the track and maybe have one more lap. We'll just have to see what he can do. The rest, here we go. Tux is on a lap now. He's just up on his first sector time as he goes into the sector 2. He's going to have to really move it. He needs about just over 100th here to beat Boy Racer out on his time. He needs about probably, I'd say 5. He needs a half a second to be in front of Tomo and get up onto 4th. And he needs a hell of a lot of work to get up into 1st. So he needs about 1 second and 12. He gets a purple second sector. He's on a good run here. What can he do? Comes down into the final 2 turns. I think he's looking more at a 115 than he is a 114, maybe even a 116. I think he lost a bit of time there in the last sector. He gets a 115. He goes up into second. That's a great lap for Tux. What are the rest of the guys going to do with a minute left? I'm trying to see who's going to be the next one across the line. It will be Tomo. Tomo will be the next one across the line. Let's see what he can do here. I missed the split on the sectors. Tomo's in 5th at the moment. He hasn't been too strong in qualifying this season. We haven't really seen him challenge the top 2. He's been consistent in his races. And he will knock Tux down, and he'll go to second. Could this be his first front row grid start this season? As Tetris, he's going to come across the line. And he will stay in 7th. Next behind him is Boy Racer. Boy Racer, what's he going to do here? Nothing new. He is way up on his time. The Phoenix is going to come across the line of White Chocolate. He will start his lap now. And the Mustang of Formula is a little bit further behind, and he will do the same. There is 2 marathon cars coming across the line. Paddy moves up into 5th. There you go, pushing Timmy down and Boy Racer down. The next one across the line, I think, is Broseph. He's up on his time, so he won't go any further at the moment from 8th. But at the moment, Formula with the fastest lap. He's just gone purple. Tux, he's just gotten a red lap. A deleted lap for White Chocolate. Paddy, he's on an in lap. Timmy, now with the checkered flag, not setting another lap. He's in the pits. Boy Racer, he's a little bit further down as they come across the lines now. Let's try and find out where they are. Tux, he won't get to set another time. We've got a black car there coming. Who is it? It's a deleted lap for Tomo. He's in second. White Chocolate, he's a little bit further, and that's going to be Tetris crossing the line now. I don't think he's going to better his time. He won't. So that is going to mean Brosef's in 9th as well because he's retired. And in 8th, it looks like it's Tetris. Then Boy Racer will end up there in 7th. In at 6th will be Timmy. Paddy ends up retiring and taking home the 5th place there. In 4th will be White Chocolate. And Tux having a great run. Can't put it past him. He sat in 2nd for a while. But the talk is Tomo. He gets a great lap in at the end there. Doesn't let us down. Another person to upset the ranks of everyone. And he will get his first front row start. And this is going to be awesome as he will line up against Formula for the Mustangs. It's going to be a great race. Don't go too far as it will be starting very, 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 very shortly. You got enough time to maybe go to the toilet, grab a drink, message your friends, tell them to get on board and watch because this is going to be one epic race. Formula with the pole. Tomo in at 2nd. Tux in at 3rd. White Chocolate in at 4th. Paddy in at 5th. 5 teams. 5 different drivers in the top 5. Timmy will come up into 6th. Boy Racer, Tetris, Brosef, and Alan Santa. And if I am not correct, if I stand corrected, Timmy is the top performing reserve tonight, and he will start in 5th. So this is going to be absolutely huge, I've got to say. Alright, so welcome back. This is going to be a great start to the race. Looking forward to seeing what and who can get ahead. It looks like it's going to be a sunny race. A little bit of cloud in the sky, but I think we're going to be good. If you like us, like, share, follow, comment. Get it all out there. We're getting some comments throughout our feed. So a shout out to Almighty Gob, DRW, Lynx, Fang, TJ, Brosef, Millsy Plains, Jay, Greg, Chitty, TTV, who else we got? Junior, AMS, there's a couple others I saw too. Ray, No Bags, a few of his there. Alright, as they go for the formation lap, let's set this up. This is your grid for tonight. Formula for the Mustangs. He'll end up in 1st. It's a 32-lap race. Tomo right next to him there, the team captain and owner of the Silver Ferns. Tux, the 2nd race of his career here in the pros, and he is up there starting in 3rd. White Chocolate is in 4th there for the Phoenix, the best performing Phoenix tonight. And of course the best performing car for the Marathon Boys is Paddy, and that is 5 drivers, 5 teams, and your top 5. That's what we want to see. A shout out to Billy Beamer for the like on Facebook there. Alright, 6 is Timmy, the top performing reserve tonight. He qualified there in 6. Boy Racer with the fastest time in Q1 has to settle for 7th as he couldn't seem to get that lap time on the tyres. If this was a wet race, I'd say we'd be looking at him in number 1 position. Tetris on his 2nd race in the pros. He's doing pretty good, making the top 10 there, sitting in 8th. And then, of course, the Marathon Boys have got Brosef and Alan Santa sitting there in 9th and 10th. That rounds out your top 10. Badger, first race and first performance tonight. He'll sit there in 11th with Modern Murder for the Phoenix, who seems for some reason to have fallen right back off the pack. And he'll be there in 12th. In 13th is TTV, and in 14th is the substitute for the Titans tonight, the Southern Cross driver of Killshot. Racer with the DNF in Q1, he'll end up there in 15th. And Ray, the sub for the guys here at Marathon Racing, he'll be there in 16th. Sir Jake makes his appearance tonight for the first time for the Titans, and he has a livery glitch we've been informed of. And then rounding out your field is the team owner, captain of the Phoenix team, Caleb. He's just seemed to struggle with this track. He has mentioned in the past with a couple of interviews that this is not his best track. So we'll see what happens. We'll get this underway. Let's get those movements straight up. We want those details of position changes. And we'll see where the boys end up. It's 5 lights. Big hole, the lights are out, and away we go. It looks like Formula's gotten a great start as he pulls away from Tomo. That Titan gets out on the outside of Tomo and may be able to make a good move. Sir Jack has retired. That's an accident in the back by the looks of it. Bits are flying around everywhere. We've got a virtual safety car straight away. It looks like the predicted pit stoppers have a 1 and a 2 stopper for tonight. Alan Santa picking up a 5-second penalty for colliding with Tetris as well. So a bit of action right away on the start, and we end up with a huge moment. It looks like that Sir Jack has ended up in an accident right at the start line there, and Alan Santa with a penalty for touching Tetris. So the top 5 hold their position definitely. Timmy drops back a little bit, and Boy Racer moves up into 6. Looks like Alan Santa outdoes his own team captain and moves up a part into 9th as we're under safety car, virtual safety car at the moment. It looks like TT went up 2 places and Badger dropped 1. Racer ends up going up 2 places and Modern Murder dropped 2. Caleb moves up 3 because of the accident, I'd say, that happened at the back. Killshot drops 2 and Ray drops 1 as well. We'll just have to see exactly what happened. Shout out to Josh and Billy Beamer on Facebook for comments and likes and follows. So trying to see what's happening here with the race continuing. It's a green lap, and the boys are going at it hard. So Formula, he takes the pack around for lap 2. He's going to move them as fast as he can and get that gap open up from Tomo as quick as he can. We know Tomo and we know Tux from last week can put up a good fight if they can stay with the pack. We've got 4 cars in the pits at the moment. That's Killshot, Modern Murder, Alan Santa and Ray, all involved in that first incident at the start of the lap. Virtual safety car, not a real one, comes out, so it should mix up the pack a bit. We should see some gaps opened up very quickly. We saw it on Monday night with the Academy. But right now, Formula is out. Tomo is chasing down, and not far behind him is Tux, who seems to be falling off that pace at over a second now. And Formula is just tuned that car to perfection by the looks of it. He's put in the effort. We heard earlier tonight that he's been putting in that time. There's your pit stop predictor. A 1 stopper will go from the softs to the hards. A 2 stopper will go soft, medium. And Ray, he's just coming out of the pits now, so he's going to have a struggle if they don't see a safety car, you'd imagine. But right now up front, Formula, Tomo, Tux, White Chocolate and Paddy. I'm looking for a battle here. Let's see. We've got Boy Racer back here. He's got one of the smallest gaps, and Paddy now, it looks like he's going to make a move on the Phoenix car. He does. He goes for the inside line into turn 1. Can he hold it? Will there be a switchback? No, he gets a great move there on White Chocolate, and he's going to hold position and push himself on. His next target is Tux, as we get a beautiful view from the Goodyear blimp. And it looks like even Boy Racer's starting to get close to White Chocolate right now too. So the battle in the mid-packs here is starting to heat up. And we'll also probably see some DRS trains coming. Now it looks like there is a bot on our chat, guys, on YouTube. I apologise for that. Please ignore it. I haven't got any moderators on YouTube to knock that off. So just don't click on it and don't participate. Obviously it is a bot of some sort of advertising inappropriate stuff. Anyway, let's get back to the race. White Chocolate's dropped back behind Paddy and Tux, and looks like he might be struggling out there with that Phoenix. He had a great qualifier, but can he get some control out of his car? He got his first win this season back in round 3 at Australia. He's looking to get that second one. 4 races, 4 winners. Will we see a 5th winner here at the 5th race of the season? We'll find out. Only time will tell. It's a long race, 32 laps. Boy Racer, he's closing that gap. Can he get him? The DRS is there for him. He's going to go the outside of the Phoenix. He gets him nicely. Sector 2, we've got a yellow flag. It's a black car. It's a silver fern. And that's Boy Racer. It looks like Racer is having trouble on this track. He DNF'd in quali, and he is having trouble right now as he is sitting back there now in 16th, and he has a penalty. So it looks like a lot of struggle time, and the boys are looking at becoming backmarkers very quickly here. Those that were caught up in the incident, we only saw a VRS. So Ray, the substitute for Marathon tonight, he's right back there, and not far behind is this man. The man in front, Tomo, staying within a second of him too, so that DRS zone may come available down the straight. There's only one tonight, and that's on this main straight coming up after these last two turns these boys are going to take. Tomo needs to be, if you're new to F1, they have to be within that 1 second gap when they cross the control line. And then once they do that, it will register the car as close enough for DRS. But Tomo must have had a moment as he loses half a second to Formula, who again gets another fastest lap. He is pumping it. Tux has fallen 3 seconds behind Tomo, so he is running his own race now. He's actually in a bit of a midland there, as there is cars everywhere now as traffic is being lapped. Oh no, that was Boy Racer finally making the move on Paddy. I'm sorry. I thought that was Ray's car being lapped, but it's not. He's in the pits along with Racer. So Boy Racer, here he goes. He's on the charge now for the Silver Ferns. He wants to get up and join Tomo. And we've got a yellow flag. It looks like there's a Mustang. There's a Mustang spun around somewhere. No front wing on him. That is Badger. Badger's got no front wing. So another virtual safety car. 5 laps in. Looks like a lot of driver error out there. We did say the curbs hit, and they hit hard, so you got to try and stay off them the best you can. But this is going to be a big thing, as the Mustangs did not want to see this happening tonight, and neither did Marathon, with 2 drivers dropping down into the back 10 here. Killshot, he's driving consistently, got caught up in that incident at the start of the race, but Formula, he is almost out to 2 seconds. Tomo, he's going to get stuck in the in that infamous no man's land, but Tux is actually caught up to Tomo. He was 2.5 seconds behind that virtual safety car. He's now brought it up. He's used that Delta chase a good way, and Boy Racer and Paddy are going to go at it again. Paddy's got the DRS. Montemurro picks up a penalty. Can he run him down? There's only one DRS zone on this track, which makes for interesting racing. Timmy, he's starting to run down his own teammate of White Chocolate. White Chocolate really struggling here at Imola. Not the kind of track that you'd think that would challenge White Chocolate, but it seems to be challenging all of them. The Phoenix, are they going to work together here and try and draw in Paddy? Some great views there from the Goodyear blimp. Don't forget, guys, join us tomorrow night at 6:30. Monday nights, we've got the Academy. They're off to Singapore. Halfway mark, round 6 tomorrow night. So make sure you join us then here live on Split Second Media. But right now, it looks like the Phoenix boys are having a tough go at it as Whitey starts dropping down their reserve. Timmy, he's getting close. Paddy, he's now got a gap real close behind him. And Tux is also reeling in Tomo. But Formula is on form and is out to almost or over 3 seconds of a gap right now. So these Phoenix boys, we've got a 2-3 sector yellow. I'm trying to see where it is. It was there where there's a Silver Fern and a split second car. A Marathon car. So the biggest move at the moment tonight has been Caleb. He started in last. He's now into 11th. He's 1 position out from the points, and you'd imagine by the end of this he will get there as this challenge is going. Let's have a look at the tyres. Oh, the pit stops there, drivers who have had pit stops so far. And there's your tyres. Who's on what? Top 5 drivers on the softs. White Chocolate, Timmy on the mediums. They're the 2 that started on the mediums this race. Looks like Timmy's gotten the most value out of it as he was in... Timmy was in 6th. He's now in 7th. Oh, we've got a car. That's Tux. Tux has come off the track. He goes from 3rd to 7th. That's a massive drop. And now the Silver Ferns have got 2 cars up into second and third, which is going to be a big, big push now for the guys who are going to be trying to make the points up and chase down these Titans. Ray picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. Tux doesn't look like there's any damage. He's got to put that one behind him, put his head down and go. If he can get on with it, then the guys at the moment, the Titans, they're in point positions, but obviously damage somewhere, and he is pitting it. We'll watch this pit as Paddy's pitted too. It looks like it's just tyres. He's going to the mediums. It doesn't look like there's a change for the front wing. And it looks like Paddy's going to get out as well in front. So Tux will be in 10th, Paddy in at 9th. And Caleb might come past, changing all of that as he does. So Paddy comes out of the pits. Tux, he's going to drop some more positions, or are they lap back markers? They are. They're back markers that were lapped. So that is going to be a massive thing for the Titan team, as they now have 2 outside of the 10. Just remember, guys, top 10 are the only ones that score points. Fastest lap must come from the top 10 to score that bonus point as well. And they must all finish the race. If they can't finish the race, they won't get their points. So at the moment, top 3 on the softs, probably on similar strategies. The Phoenix boys, they're up there into the top 5 now. 2 in the top 5, along with the Silver Ferns, which is going to be a huge thing for them to make that push for the first place, especially now. The Titans the Titans' first driver on points is in 6th, behind both the Silver Ferns and it looks like White Chocolate and Timmy have switched spots. Timmy getting White Chocolate early there with the DRS, and these guys are going to go at it. Not a lot of gaps there, not a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing, and believe it or not, at the moment it's these 2 that we've really only got a gap there. So unless we get a safety car anytime soon, I don't see a change for a good couple of laps, as a couple of drivers now are starting to switch it up. Some going for that hard, trying to push the hard rubber out to the end of the race, hoping they can get at least 20 plus laps on the hard rubber. Soft rubber is the S and red band that you can see there. And the mediums are the yellow. Now the reds are... Oh, Racer is out. Racer is out. And we've got an orange car going past him. So we'll see if we can find which one that one is. We've got a red car going past him. There he is. I can't quite find him. I'm trying to find him, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, Killshot's about to go past him. Can't quite see where he is. It looks like he's hit there. Oh, there he is in the back of the wall. So that's a big hit for Racer. So... Sir Jake and Racer are out, but he's far enough off track. There's no cautions, no yellows, and no safety car. White Chocolate and Timmy are at it again. There's no other gaps on this track except for these 2. The rest are all spaced out, so the racing is not so much a wheel-to-wheel race tonight. But Formula is out to almost 7 seconds. He's at 6.5 now from Tomo. That is a massive lead. Tomo just trying to do the best he can as TT's gone into the pits, and that will push the field up a bit more. But we'll stay with these Phoenix cars right now, as they're the only ones that are close enough to have DRS challenges and passing maneuvers. Everyone else, the gaps are just way too big. So White Chocolate is trying to push that Academy driver away from him. He's trying to draw that 1 second out, so that his teammate, again, doesn't challenge him, but it seems like they're going lap for lap, round for round, and they may be in the same team, but Timmy's got something to prove, apparently. And White Chocolate, we know where he's sitting. He's our current leading champion, and to join them, but he's 25 seconds behind, is Caleb. Technically, the Phoenix have got 4, 5, and 6 at the moment, but Caleb's about 25 seconds behind this battle. The DRS is not going to help Timmy at the moment, as that line is tried to be broken, but I think it did actually. I'll take that back. He got beautiful speed down the outside, and White Chocolate has to sit back now and wait for his turn to come back around. So these guys are working together, and they're actually bringing the time down on Boy Racer. They've brought it down from 3.8 seconds to 2.4. What can they do in the next couple of laps? In front of them is second and third. They would imagine that they want to get both of these guys up on the podium. Chasing down Formula is going to be a mission for them today. But he is almost 7 seconds clear here. The Phoenixes up the front here. They're racing each other, but they're doing it cleanly. And at the same time, I've got to say that they're also doing it without any trouble out there. They're still working together, but at the same time battling inside in-house. So we'll have to see where this one goes. But they are the only ones close enough for a battle here. Oh, it looks like Broseph might be there on Modern Murder in a second, so we might drop down there just to change the look of things in a minute. So let's head down there now. So Broseph's on the hard tyres. He's under the second mark. So come the start-finish line, he'll get a shot at trying to take on Modern Murder. Modern Murder's on 8-lap old softs. And up the top there, the first 5 are on 11-lap old softs. Caleb coming all the way from the bottom. He's had 1 pit stop. He's on the mediums now, and they're 10-lap old as he pitted on the first lap, I believe. So let's just see what happens here. Can he really get there? He's falling off. Those hards are just not doing that. And that's Tux. Tux is out. Tux is out. Where is that? I'm trying to find it. Oh, it looks like we'll see here. But it looks like Tux has had a spin. He's hit that outside ripple strip. And here is our first safety car. They will bunch the field up and we may get some action here. And it'll be a chance too for White Chocolate, Timmy, and Boy Racer to have a crack. Tomo, I think, timed that well. He's going to be down in 5th from the pits. But Tux, so we've lost 2 of the Titans now, which is unfortunate. But this is going to definitely change the field and give a chance for some battles. We did say that we were going to see some safety cars tonight. And it's all. This one's come from driver error, along with the two virtual safety cars that we've seen. So the pits, here we go. Tomo dropped right back for some reason. He must have been in a situation there with Tux or something. I'm not sure. No, Tux was further down the track. So it's definitely going to be interesting here as we're seeing the pit stops happen. Tomo's going to come out in 5th. No, Paddy does pinch that spot. So Paddy will go to 5th under safety car. But those 2 Phoenix cars now are going to have a chance to take down Boy Racer, the Silver Fern, and Formula. So it looks like Tomo may have gotten double stacked there in the pits, but we've seen him come back from different situations. We're on lap 13 right now with the safety car. Formula, right from the start, has gotten down in front, and he has not lost that spot, not even through pit stops, even though his pit stop has come under the safety car. But pretty much all the field except for Tetris, TTV, Broseph, and Alan Santa have pitted right now under the safety car. There's a mix of tyres. If you're new to Formula 1, the red S's mean soft. It is the softest compound, the fastest compound, but the degradation is low. They'll get about maybe 11 laps, 12 laps out of them before they start becoming too greasy. The mediums are the yellow band with the M, and they're that medium speed, medium degradation. They'll probably be able to get close to 15, 16 laps, maybe even be able to, if they're good on their tyres, push them to 20. And then for the drivers that are on the hards, they're the slowest tyre but the longest lasting, and they'll be able to do the rest of this race quite easily. We'll have to see what happens here, but I would say with some of the drivers that we know up the top here and the tyre selection, I would say that Paddy would be looking in a good spot at the moment, as he's been good on tyres this season with Tyre Deg, and he's on the hards and they're only 5 lap old. Then I would say that if Boy Racer, White Chocolate, and Timmy plan on staying on those softs, I would say they're going to really struggle. Formula, he could probably push those mediums right out now to that 15, 16 lap mark. There's 17 to go by the time they race, maybe 16. So we'll see what he can do. And a shout out to Minnie. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. And to all our viewers on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, thank you for joining us. Welcome if this is your first time. And make sure you get involved with the chat. We try and do shout outs and also comment reading and all that. We like to get involved with you guys. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Split Second Gaming's Pro Series on Sundays. And of course, Monday nights is the Academy Series. Join us tomorrow night at 6:30 for the Academy as they reach the halfway point, and they will be racing in Singapore. Their only race under the lights for the Academy, as they've done all the other tracks in daytime. Tomorrow night will be the first time we will see the Academy under lights and actually racing in the proper conditions they're meant to race in the real Formula One. And then, of course, next Sunday, join us and see who is where at the halfway point here in the Pro Championship, and see who's going to take Singapore under lights. At the moment, we've had 4 races, 4 different winners. We've got 12 rounds this season. This is round 5. Can Formula be the first driver to get 2 wins this season? The safety car is going to go another lap. So the pack is about to catch up. And I'd say by the end of this lap, they will be coming in. We're on lap 15. Pucky, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Make sure you like, share, follow, and comment, guys. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, the stars, the subscribes, all of that helps us. So please help us out with like, shares, follows, comments, hosts, raids, whatever you want to do. We are internally grateful for all of that. So help us out with whatever you can, and we would very much appreciate that. There's a lot of big news coming your way too over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Don't forget to join our Facebook page. We also now have an Instagram and a Twitter, which will be getting a little bit more active over the next couple of weeks. And of course, our website will release on April 1st, and I've been made very much aware that it was a bad date to pick, as I completely forgot April Fool's Day is on April 1st. But no, it is not a joke. It is actually launching on April 1st. Yeah. But quick recap here. We've got Formula on the mediums. We've got Boy Racer, White Chocolate, and Timmy on those softs. Paddy on the hards. Here comes the safety car. It's coming in this lap. Formula is going to have control of this pack, and he'll definitely play some games. We've seen him do it before. We'll have to see what the guys on softs, or the ones that pick the softs, can do here. They'll be praying for another safety car. The ones on the mediums and the hards, you'd imagine, can make it all the way now. So we'll just have to see. We're lap 15. This is lap of 32 laps. Safety cars come in, and Formula goes early. He's going to make a huge gap there from Boy Racer. Boy Racer's going to have a bit of a job on his hands. Remember, after a safety car, it's 2 laps before they get DRS. So here we go. Formula into the first turn. He's going to take in the pack. We've got a yellow sector 1, and it looks like it is one of the marathon cars. It looks like Ray has had an incident. He has fallen back. Badger and Killshot might have mixed up in that as well, as they are a bit far back on the pack, or maybe they were just slow to shoot. But they're going to be battling right at the back there, and Killshot doesn't have a penalty, but looks like Badger's going to go on the hunt. Killshot's going to try and push as hard as he can. Modern Murder is up there with his teammate Caleb in 11th as they're trying to make the move on Alan Sano. It looks like they're working together to try and take on these marathon boys. The Phoenix boys are going to try and go wheel to wheel here. And Alan Sano, he's trying to defend, but he can only do so much. Alan Sano gets a time penalty for pushing that car over the limits just a little too much there. Caleb, he's going to make sure that those marathon cars know that those Phoenix cars are there. And the gap is already out to 1 second from Boy Racer for Formula. White Chocolate and Timmy are staying there with Boy Racer, and Paddy has dropped off 2 seconds with Tomo right up there too. So we are going to move up to Tomo now as he's in 6th, and he's going to put the pressure up on Paddy. There's a battle behind him with Tetris and TTV. So we'll see what happens here, but a lot of zigzagging around the track as Tomo keeps a straight line. Will he be able to hold it there? He's going to go for an inside. No, he backs out, but TTV's going to make a move, and he backs out of his move too that we saw in the background. And the other battle is happening right here for 7th. So we've got battles happening everywhere now thanks to the safety car. Let's see what can happen. 4 cars, 4 teams right there. Tomo, Tetris, Paddy and TTV They're all there battling it on. So the points are huge right now. Each team needing those points. None more than Marathon. Marathon need those points if they can get them, as they want they need to get up off the bottom of the table. The Silver Ferns, they're trying to hunt down the Titans, and the Titans are trying to defend. And of course the Mustangs, they're trying to get those points there to try and start challenging with the Phoenix as well. We've got a yellow sector. It looks like it's a Mustang. It is Badger. Badger has retired, and we've got another safety car. And we've got no one around there to see what's happened with Badger, but he is out. The last we saw, he was hanging around with Killshot. So, we've lost another. That is very unfortunate there. And that is a Mustang. So, Formula, just when he got to about 2 seconds or so. Will we see cars pit now and maybe try and push that medium-hard strategy? It looks like TTV will be coming in. He's on 7-lap-old mediums, so he'll be trying to do something here and get some fresh tyres. But unfortunately, Tux, he'll say goodnight for the night, and so will Badger now. Badger is unfortunately not going to get to see a checkered flag. So we're under the safety car once again. It won't be a long one this time, I don't think, as only one person is pitted. So by the time he gets around this track, you'd imagine it'll be this lap and one more lap with the safety car, and then they'll go racing on lap 20, I would assume, from race control. Talking about race control, I'm going to have a quick look here, see if there's anything in race control. It doesn't look like it. But pretty much all the incidences we've seen so far have come from driver error tonight. There hasn't been hasn't really been any accidents between drivers or collisions. It's all been drivers' faults kind of thing. So nothing from race control, nothing at all. So it means good things. It means it's all driver issues, basically, out on the track, and driver problems. So Formula will take the lead, and behind him will be Boy Racer, White Chocolate and Timmy, Paddy, Tomo in 6th, Tetris in 7th, Broseph, Caleb, and then your top 10s round out by Modern Murder. But here we go, pit stops galore. They're pulling the trigger. How many have we got? We've got 6, it looks like. 6 pit stops. Boy Racer is one of them, and all of a sudden, Marathon on medium and hard tyres are up the front, but Alan Santa on 16-lap-old hards, 9-lap-olds for Broseph, Tetris on 9-lap mediums, and Paddy on 10-lap hards. Formula's got 5-lap mediums, which may give him, but it looks like it's rain. It's rain. That is rain out there. The boys have got rain. So what we saw starting in qualifying, we're seeing come through now with about 12 laps to go. This is going to get very interesting, and they've made the trigger. They've pulled the trigger on Inters. The whole Phoenix team and the two Silver Ferns have pulled the trigger on the Inters. The rest of the field are still out on mediums and hards, which are worn, I've got to say, except for TTVs, who's got the fresh set. But everyone else has got worn slicks, and it looks like there is rain coming down. It's just spitting right now as we go over the middle part of the track up the hill. So this weather could be a big thing. I said it at the start, the clouds were rolling in, and it looks like it's going to play a huge effect to the finish of this race. Where will these top 7 end up? The top 7. I think, a penalty there for Tomo. So we could actually see a situation here, if these guys at the top here do not pull the trigger now. I don't think if it starts raining, it's coming down heavier, I don't think this is going to be a situation where the top 6 are going to be able to hold on. I think the weather's going to come and get the better of them, and the safety car's going to get released this lap coming in on lap 20, I believe. So these guys are going to have to go pitting under the race conditions. And we'll have to wait and see. But Killshot, he's going to the pits now. So that might get another lap on the safety car, maybe. Maybe. One more chance for these guys up front. As we're watching with the weather. As it is starting to come down. Will it become heavy? Will it stay as this? Are we going to see more accidents with the rain coming in? These are the questions being asked by the team owners, by the team drivers, and by you guys at home, I'm sure. What are they going to do? Formula has definitely got big cojones to try and stay out in this weather, but the safety car, he's going to go another lap, I reckon, with Killshot being so far behind. Oh, he's off the track there. What happened with Formula? I'd say it's getting a bit greasy. It's looking fairly bad out there, and it looks like Formula is definitely having trouble with his Mustang. I would say we're going to be looking at a great finish to this race as the rain looks like it's going to settle in around about lap 27, 28 maybe. It's definitely getting better now, but I think this could be, a couple of guys in the chat are saying it's looking like it's going to be similar to Russia. The safety car is coming in on lap 20. We're going racing on lap 21. This is going to be unfortunate for those guys at the front. Did the drivers on the Inters make the right call, or did the guys driving at the front make the right call? I've got to say right now, with the weather the way it's looking, it's very similar to qualifying session 1. So maybe if it doesn't get any worse than this, it might be a good chance for the top 5 or 6. But I honestly think our race leader pretty much will be Boy Racer right now as we go racing. He pulls the gun early. He knows he's got to get away and get some time ahead of him as he goes into the chances of... Broseph. Is he pitted or did he lose it? It looks like Broseph lost it on the last turn there in the wet. And we got a yellow in Sector 1. I'm trying to see what's going on there because it's a travelling yellow sector. But they're racing now, and Formula is out to almost 3 seconds straight away. There's a couple of pit stops, a couple on the Inters, a couple on the mediums. And the Marathon boys have dropped right down to the last 3 positions, except for Paddy, this man here in second, who has really fallen off the pace, but he's going to have to do something. Ray on 15-lap-old hards. Broseph on the Inters. Alan Santa went into the pits and has changed to the mediums. The rest of the guys have gone into the mediums that took the pit stops there. So the intermediate, sorry. So Paddy on the hards, Formula on the mediums, and Boy Racer on the heels along with White Chocolate. It looks like the intermediates were the right choice. It's going to be a massive, massive race to the finish. There is 11 laps. Oh, and there's a moment there with Paddy and White Chocolate, but it looks like the damage is done. Did Tomo get caught up in that as well? He did, and that is a massive, massive moment. There in Sector 3, the wet weather getting the better of Paddy, and unfortunately Tomo becomes a victim of circumstance and has damaged that Silver Fern, or is it okay? I'm not sure, but he has dropped. Boy Racer now 5 seconds behind Formula, who is really pushing those tyres. He's still going on those mediums, and 2 of the Phoenix got caught up in that, and a speeding penalty there for Modern Murder, I believe, as well. But Killshot, he'll push up into 5th here, with Timmy and White Chocolate up into 4th and 3rd, and Boy Racer up into 2nd. So Paddy will have to drop. Tetris is up into 7th there. TTV up in 8th. And of course, a lot of changes happening. And of all things, there is 14 cars on the track. The team that needs the points tonight is Marathon. And all of the Marathon boys, except for Broseph right now, because of the 5 in the pits, are in a situation where they're all at the bottom of the points here and out of the points. So, a bit of trouble. Tomo in 6th at the moment, stuck in between a Titan sandwich between Killshot and Tetris. Formula, you think he's just fallen off the pack as the front 3 are going to try and make moves. He tries to defend, but I think he's going to be too much here, and the 2 Phoenix cars just swallow him whole. He's going to have to pit it. And trying to be the hero didn't work for him tonight, and I don't think in the next 10 laps he'll be able to make it back. I think he's just given up his race. Maybe if he took the right chance to pitting that earlier when the rest of them did. But hey, he tried something different. Kudos to him. Unfortunately, it was the wrong strategy as he goes into the pits now. The question will be whether the Inters need to last or whether someone... Oh, he got done for speeding too. He's gone over the speed limit coming into the pits. So that will hurt his chances of anyone with a penalty. Killshot, he's in. Is he thinking wets? He's only on a 1 or 2 lap old Inters here. The only thing I can think of is he's thinking wet tyres. He doesn't look like he's got damage. What's going on there? Is there a front wing change? There is. He's picked up damage or debris. He's staying on the inter tyres. But he will drop down into 8th now. This race is heating up. And talking about those top 3 before, here they go. 2 Phoenixes, Timmy and White Chocolate. Timmy is the reserve. But Boy Racer, he is looking for his first victory in the pros for the Silver Ferns. Can he do it? We've got a Sector 1 yellow. It looks like it's just coming out of the pits. And a big shout out to our boy SJ as well. We got to say a big shout out to him. And congratulations to him and his missus as they got married this weekend. Apparently a very beautiful wedding. And the two of them have committed to each other yesterday. So shout out to you guys and congratulations. And that is Ray Ray out. He has retired. And it looks like he's on the front straight or something. Or has he done it in the pits or the pit lane? There's yellows out, so it looks like he's come a cropper there at the start-finish line somewhere. I am not sure what's happened there. It's a pit lane retirement, we're being informed by Ray Ray. That's unfortunate for Ray Ray. He's doing so well in the academy. He would have really liked a result here tonight. But anyway, Ray Ray is out in 14th. So that will be an unfortunate thing. But apparently it's a pit lane retirement. It's not a DNF. So the team won't get pinged there. Must be some heavy damage to the car. But Boy Racer, here we go. 8 laps to go. He's being pursued by these Phoenix cars. And we'll see what happens. But the current best Phoenix car is their reserve driver at the moment. So 2 Mustangs left in the race. They're in 6th and 7th. And 2 Titans are left, and they are in 5th and 12th. Killshot, a bit of work to do to get back up into the points. Caleb sitting on the bubble, but on the chance of his own teammate, Modern Murder, to maybe switch up and go for a hunt. But there's some big, big gaps coming up here. Timmy and White Chocolate are on the charge for this Silver Fern. Tomo's got himself back up into 4th, but he's 15 seconds away from this battle. What can happen here? If Tomo gets 4th tonight, that will be his 4th race. He's gotten 4th in a row. So he's staying very consistent out there. Tetris, a great performance so far for this second race. Sorry, I was going to say second debut, but there's not really 2. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. An unfortunate glitch apparently for Ray Ray. He couldn't recover. So he has retired. The team has retired the car in the pits to prevent any cost damage control, apparently. So that leaves 3 of the cars left on the grid are the boys from Marathon, but only 1 is in the points at the moment. Phoenix have got all 4 cars in the points at the moment in 2nd, 3rd, 9th and 10th, so they're looking very strong tonight. And the Silver Ferns, they've got the 2 remaining Silver Fern cars in 1st and 4th, so looking very strong as well. And the Titans, after the rebuild last week and the debut of their new team last week, they've managed to get another car up into the top 5 positions, so looking good for Tetris there. What are we going to see in these dying laps? There's 7 to go, and Boy Racer is just starting to stay ahead. Shout out to the gaming run arrival, I think it is, but I'm just going to call you the gaming. So shout out to you for joining us. Thank you very much. Don't forget to get involved in the chat, like, share, follow, and subscribe. And thank you very much for getting on board with us here at Split Second. Alright, so a couple of movements happening around here at the moment, and it looks like White Chocolate has been released by Timmy. It looks like TTV has dropped and Formula is pushing up now. He's going to try and get a chase on to maybe get himself a chance at Tomo or the podium, but I would seriously doubt it with the laps that are left. He put on a good race today, but once that rain came and he didn't take the move in for the wet tyres or the inter tyres there, he definitely hurt himself. He tried to do a Norris, but it just didn't help his cause. So Timmy's looking strong for a podium tonight, and so is White Chocolate. But if Boy Racer can pull off this win tonight, he'll be looking at his first win of the season in the pros. But it looks like White Chocolate's going to be all over him. Let's go on board with White Chocolate. What can he do here? If he can get this win, he'll be the first one to have 2 wins this season. He is our current champion leader, White Chocolate. What can he do? Timmy let him go. Obviously knowing White Chocolate had some pace on these inters, and he's released him, but he's not staying too far behind, and Timmy will stay within that 1 second, but DRS zone being a wet race is cancelled. So no DRS, the drivers have to do it themselves. They've got to push the car to the maximum to get the best out of it. A few drivers with penalties tonight, but it looks like, I would say, we'll have a look at them in a couple of laps' time, around that 30 lap mark as we do. 2 laps out, and that was a slow run there for Boy Racer. It may have hurt him, and it looks like White Chocolate is going to try and get the move on the inside here. No, he pulls out and holds out as they come through the next section of chicanes. A very tough turn. You can overrun that into the sandpit very easy as they come into this hairpin here, and White Chocolate is on a charge. He leads this competition, and this is why his consistency and his current pressure on all those in front of him. He does such a good job, and a great pick by Caleb and the Phoenix team, and a great signing this year for White Chocolate. He put in a bit of a run for the Southern Cross Academy late last season and got picked up by the Phoenix team, and I tell you what, I think Caleb has brought the Phoenix up through the ashes that was last season, finishing last, to where they are now, and they are looking like the #1 contenders. They are #1 at the moment in Academy. They are looking to make sure they become #1 in the pros as well. What arrives from the ashes, and this driver is doing a lot of that work, as White Chocolate is carrying on the torch here for the Phoenix boys, but also the driver behind him, Timmy, is doing the job in Academy. So these 2 drivers right now that are on the track for the Phoenix team in 2nd and 3rd are really driving the Phoenix team to the top of the table in both divisions, and they are now on the hunt for the lead driver, Boy Racer. He'll be feeling that pressure because he hasn't had a win this season, and he's itching for it. It's been one to come in the academies, and now going to pros. You got to think that he's so. Oh! We've got a moment there, White Chocolate. And he manages to save it, but that gives Boy Racer a good chance of getting away now. He's on fire, and he's always seems to be in the right place at the right time too, Boy Racer. We've got sectors 2 and 3 in yellow. It looked like it was one of the those marathon cars. Tetris has been taken over by Formula. Formula is up into 5th, but he's 5 seconds behind Tomo, who's 16 seconds behind the field. Behind the front 3. So Tetris is trying to catch up to Formula, but I'd say that's not going to happen. He's got a good gap in between him and TTV. You'd imagine that gap will stay there for the last 4 laps, but we'll keep a close eye on it. Paddy has had a disconnection thing, so his AI will drop. So Broseph may be able to get up to this section here, but for Marathon at the moment, it looks like they've got 2 chances at points here in 9th and 10th. Tomo falling off the back of the top 3, but White Chocolate is back again on Boy Racer to put that pressure on. The tyres are even. They've pitted the same time, so the tyres aren't going to matter in regards to it. Maybe the level of the tyres grip, maybe, depending on who's saved it and who hasn't. That's one thing. The other thing everyone wants to know is penalties. The top 2 penalties are not going to matter. Timmy pretty much neutralizes everyone except for Formula. If Tetris can finish within 2 seconds of Formula, he'll get that position back into 5th, and Formula will drop to 6th. And then a few penalties there for Modern Murder and TTV that may help out those Marathon boys, maybe, and even Caleb there, who's going to try and get his boys up there. A shout out to IIDU97 for the follow. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and do a little bit of subscription there if you want. But if you're joining us, we're on lap 29 of 32. This is the Pro Series. Boy Racers gotten out in front along with White Chocolate. They made the right choice to go to the inners on the safety car, while the guys in front stayed on the softs and the mediums. And then some tried to go the hards before the inters. It didn't work. It's paid off for these 4 up front, or these 3 up front. And the White Chocolate is putting the pressure on the Boy Racer as they're trying to fight for this first position. And I tell you what, Boy Racer's not going to give this up easy. This is a first chance victory for him this season. And White Chocolate's already bagged one in Australia in round 3. This is round 5. If we get Boy Racer over the line in first, as I can see a lot of cheers for Boy Racer are coming across. If Boy Racer gets across, that's 5 winners for 5 races this season as we go into Singapore next Sunday night at the halfway point. This is going to be an epic finish with 2 laps to go. Can Boy Racer hold off White Chocolate? Can White Chocolate put on the attack? What will happen? As he's getting real close now. Let's get rid of those penalties as they're not really going to matter now. The intervals will. We're not going to worry about that now as this is the chance. We're going to stay with this battle. This is the battle that everyone wants us to watch and keep us watching. Now, can Boy Racer just hold off? There'll be 2 more laps to go. It'll be lap 31 and lap 32. Boy Racer with the pressure. No DRS, remember. It's a wet run. They're on the inters. These tyres will end up being 12 lap old by the end of the race. This lap and 1 lap to go. Let's run with White Chocolate and see what he does for the whole lap. Turn up your TV. I'm going to let this run riot with the sound. So join him and watch this race as he does try to make the move on Boy Racer. Will he get a chance? Alright, so as you saw there, a bit of a moment. White Chocolate's going to have to work hard. It's the last lap. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like Caleb might have had a moment or modern murder, I'm not sure. But either way, here we go. It's the final lap. Can White Chocolate take it from Boy Racer? Can Boy Racer hold him off? Or will the 2 of them get too close and give Timmy a win? The reserve. He's backed up his boy White Chocolate like there's no other, but let's not take anything away from Boy Racer. The strategies were there. He's made and pulled the trigger. White Chocolate has had a moment. He's had a moment. Timmy will be in second. The pressure from White Chocolate has gotten to him, and he has dropped down to 3rd. This will bring it home for Boy Racer. Timmy too far away. Boy Racer will pick up his first win of the season, and that will make it 5 races, 5 winners as we go into the halfway mark next week. This championship is alive. What a win, what a victory, and it's one that Boy Racer has been waiting for. He's done this for so long with the Silver Ferns, and he's, I think, only ever had 1 victory in the whole of his career here at Silver Ferns, and he has started with them, and he has not left them. He's come to the pros this year with them. He's done such a good job in the academy, but what a well-deserved win. The strategy, the defending, and the control of the car in the wet, and he is going to come across the line for his first professional victory here. As he crosses the line, he takes home the win for the Imola Grand Prix here in round 5. That's Boy Racer. Timmy, he's going to bring it home. No, he's not. He's going to give it and yield it to White Chocolate as he believes White Chocolate should have had that. What a team effort for the academy driver as he pulls it up for his teammate. Well done. Formula will finish in 4th and Tomo will finish in 5th. That will then bring home Tetris in the yellow of the Titans. He's done a good run. He is the only one to score points tonight for the Titans. TT Marathon will cross the line there for the Mustangs. And Paddy, he's going to come and bring home the first car for the Marathon team. And it looks like the only car to get points tonight for Marathon. Caleb, the team owner and captain, will bring home in 9th, and Modern Murder's got penalties. Broseph, Killshot, and Alan Santa don't. They're all close behind each other. Modern Murder picks up a penalty at the last second. Killshot moves into 11th. A good run from reserves, but Broseph will pick up some more points. A much valued 1 point there for 10th. And the fastest lap will go to Formula with a 1:17.3. That is a great race by the guys tonight. How entertaining was that? But also, what about the team effort there from the reserve of Timmy coming up from the academy? But the big news there, the Phoenix, all 4 cars, 4 points, and Caleb coming from last into the pack there, picking up driver of the day. Well done, Caleb. But there you go. The 2 Phoenixes, and of course our winner. Well-deserved strategy, well-raced race by Boy Racer. Right place, right time, right decisions, and crafty driver there in the wet. He did an amazing job. Don't want to take anything away from him there at all. Definitely the smart strategy worked. Looking forward to talking to him in the box after this. But let's have a quick look at the way it did finish there. So, of course, we'll take the regular photos there. But Boy Racer, he ends up winning it. White Chocolate takes second, only because Timmy did surrender the position to him after a great effort. Formula will take 4th there after not making the right call under safety car. He led all the race there until lap 21 and unfortunately fell out of position. But I'll just quickly get another photo of those penalties and time gaps because I think I missed one. So I'll just do that, guys. Sorry for this. You know we do this. 30 seconds to go to review. A couple of DNFs, unfortunately, there for the boys. And a retirement as well in the pits. So that is unfortunate. But your top 10 there, the Phoenix cars, except for Modern Murder due to penalties. So 3 cars will get get points there, not 4. I stand corrected, as unfortunately he did. Modern Murder had too many penalties there, as you can see, 8 seconds, along with Alan Santa having 9 and dropping out. So that is it for that tonight. Let's head back to the studio. Alright, so welcome back to the studio, guys. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Split Second Media, brought to you by Split Second Gaming. I'm your host, Sinner Phoenix, and we are back in the studio live now. What a race. Boy Racer took it all the way there. He did an amazing job, and I gotta say, the Silver Ferns put him in the prime position when they pulled the trigger there to get him on those inters, along with the field that followed him. It worked out for the Phoenix as well, picking up a 2-3 there, and also Caleb bringing it home in the top 10. So 3 cars for the Phoenix will pick up those much valuable points as they push for the championship and the team constructors. But White Chocolate will move to the top, or will stay at the top of the table there, defending his chances at the moment. Tomo having a bit of a struggle there and a couple of issues on track, so he dropped down there. Formula making the worst decision on track, obviously doing what Lando Norris did, trying to push out on those tyres. It was just too long before it went to the finish on the wet, so he wasn't going to be able to do it, and he unfortunately had to sacrifice there. But a major race there for Boy Racer, and a well-deserved win. Now we got the boys coming in, so we won't have to wait. We'll get them to throw their cameras up, and we'll get these boys on. We'll start with, of course, 3rd place. So let's start with Timmy. Let's get Timmy on, mate. You there, Timmy?
Yeah, mate.
Hey, mate, congratulations. What a run for your debut in the pros, mate. A 3rd place. It seems to be the place for the pros debut. Obviously, Link's doing it a couple of weeks ago, and then 3rd again last week in the pros. You tonight. How'd it feel out there?
It was definitely a step up. You can definitely feel the increase in the pace. It's really a level of its own out there at the moment. But it was good to keep up with him and get the podium, definitely.
Now, we saw right at the end there, obviously, you resigned your 2nd place to White Chocolate. So, was that a comms thing or just a courteous thing? What happened in front of you? We missed it.
Yeah, he's the pro driver. He needs the points more than me. I was just filling in. So, I said when we come out on the internet, I said, no matter what, Whitey, I'll move over for you at the end there. So yeah, he needed the points more than me, so he deserved it.
No worries, mate. Well, look, it's definitely the show of the type of team driver you are. You're basically the badass of the Phoenix. So congratulations, but man, the third place for your debut in pros is pretty good. Not to mention tomorrow night you got Singapore. How are you feeling about that with the Academy Singapore? And you're up there in contention too, man.
Pretty keen to get over there and have a practice run with the boys. Haven't had much this weekend, so it'll be good to get over there and have a run with them and see how we go.
So how's it going to compare to the other races? Obviously, this season Academy didn't get to do the night races. They had to race in the heat conditions of Jeddah and Abu Dhabi, and that they didn't get to race under lights. How's this going to compare to going under lights in Singapore and being the first time?
I think it's gonna be a completely different race, as you said. Yeah, it's under the lights, so it'll be interesting to see how the strats work out from everyone involved. Really, it's going to be an interesting strategy race, I believe.
All right. Well, any shout outs or anything before I let you go, bro?
Just a shout out to the Phoenix boys and Choc. Well done, mate. And Racer, congratulations on the win, man. Well done.
No worries. All right. Well, congratulations on your third place. We'll probably more than likely be speaking to you again tomorrow night in Singapore. So
no worries. Thanks, mate.
Get on that plane that Caleb's got organised for you and the boys, and enjoy the flight to Singapore.
First class tonight.
No worries, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
All right. So that was Timmy. What a run for him. He's on fire. Like he's doing so well in the Academy Championship. Tune in tomorrow night, guys. 6:30 Monday night. Tomorrow night, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Those boys are on fire. That championship is alive, and Timmy's one of those contenders. As they reach the halfway point tomorrow night in Singapore, you'll get a pre-look at what's coming next week for the pros as well, as this championship is heating up big time. Let's talk to second place driver, White Chocolate. He's got to be happy with his run. You got your camera on there, bro?
I should be good for next week. The shipment's a bit delayed, so hopefully next week I'll be on the camera.
No worries. Well, look, congratulations on second place. That's going to pretty much guarantee you staying first for this week. Give us a little rundown on the race. Who pulled the trigger on the inters there? Like, obviously, you were following Boy Racer pretty much most of the race, but was it a tactical thing from your point of view? Was it a team tactic? Was it where'd that call come from?
Well, what was it? The first safety car, I threw it out there. We decided it was a bit early, but when everyone went in, we all decided it was good inters weather, so we all hopped in, and it was the right call.
Now, how was it out there in the weather and that? This is the first time we've seen rain in the pros under the new conditions and the structure and all that, and obviously with the setting restrictions and all that. How'd you feel the rain this week? Obviously decent enough to come in second, but was it a challenge to keep the car on the track out there tonight? We saw a little mishap on the last lap, but other than that, was it actually a challenge, or was it just a case of right tyres at the right time?
I actually liked the weather around here. It was just last lap, I was so close to Racer. I just pushed a bit too hard and spun her. And I had 15 seconds. I didn't really worry too much. And I knew Timmy was going to give me position, so I just pushed and I sadly spun. So, yeah.
No worries. All right, so next week, Singapore, under the lights, halfway point. The pressure's starting to build. How are you and the Phoenix guys feeling about the race next week, and how are you guys feeling about getting to that point now in the championship where it's literally starting to come down to the crunch of if you make a mistake, it could be the championship. If you can get that much-needed win, it's a championship. What's the talk? What's the feel in the camp of the Phoenix?
Well, this week's really boosted the confidence. We would have had all 4 points a bit up there, but bit of a spin. I think it was with Tomo and a few of Caleb and that. They had a bit of a spin, and I think Modern got damaged, so that ruined his race. So we would have been up there a bit more, but still a 2-3 is pretty good. And I think Caleb got 9th, so still really good points.
All right, mate. Well, any shout-outs or anything before I let you go?
Just the Phoenix boys. Good race with them, and hopefully we can do it again next week.
No worries, mate. Well, look, congratulations again on the second place and leading the championship at the moment. Best of luck to you in Singapore, and I know Caleb's got all you boys jumping on that jet pretty much straight after the race to get to Singapore so his academy boys can get their practice in. About 24 hours now before those guys get on track. Are you going to get much time on the track this week or not?
I looked at a little bit around Singapore, but just depends really on what I'm doing.
No worries. All right, look, best of luck for next week, mate. Thanks for joining us again, and congratulations on your second place.
Cheers, Siddle.
All right, so that was our second place. White Chocolate, he's got the lead of the championship. The question is, can him and the Phoenix now take advantage of that? Next week at Singapore, it is the halfway mark. That's right. All these rivalries are starting to get there. We're starting to see the niggles. We're starting to see who's more head-to-head, and we're starting to see those points really, really matter in races like tonight. I know Formula would be kicking himself for the bad strategy choices, but hey, if you don't take a gamble, you never know. It could have cleared up like it did in qualifying tonight. So I get what he was doing and I get what he was trying, but it was just unfortunate. It definitely was a Lando Norris moment, but a big shout out to Formula for the great race he did have tonight before the rain. I will say that. We give credit where it's due. So to Formula, unlucky tonight, mate, but well done. On the effort of the race, of course, and to Caleb, of course, I want to shout out. He started in last. He got himself into the points, so a shout out to Caleb. Shout out to a couple of members as well. So Emerson and Lewis. Shout out to you guys for the follow on Twitch, as well as IIDU97 and The Gaming, Plucky and Minnie. Shout out to all you guys who joined us on Twitch tonight and followed us. But now it is time to talk to the man, the myth, the legend himself, and this is the boy that's been itching for the win, and it's his first one in the pros. Congratulations, boy. How you feeling?
And I'll just say, get in. Get in there. That is all. Mate, what a race. That's been a long time coming, Sinner. Just what a race. I've just got to say shout out to Tomo. What a call to pull the trigger for the Inters. Just absolutely superb timing. Couldn't have called it any better. He is the most ace team leader I will ever and have ever had. Fantastic.
Now, look, I haven't got the stats in front of me, but I believe this is the first actual win-win that you've ever actually had, not just in pros, but in the academy as well. Is that true? I believe that's true.
That is correct. This is the first podium I think I've had in pros as well. But it's the first win I've had since I started with you guys back in season 2, I think it was. It's the first major that I've had.
Well, look, I don't want to take anything away from you. As you said, it was a great pull on the trigger there by Tomo for the Inders. An amazing job and strategy. It worked out, but credit where credit's due, man. The defensive driving against White Chocolate in the wet racing there in those last couple of 4 or 5 laps, I got to say the pressure was put on you and you prevailed, and it just shows why the Silver Ferns have kept you on board from day dot. The moment that you started racing in split second, all through those academy seasons, plus now going to the pros and being upgraded, it just shows why and the class of driver you are. It's definitely a Danny Rick moment, I'd have to say. You've had your ups and downs, and finally that moment's come for you to say, hey, I'm here. Don't write me off. I'm still here.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, mate. And I'm just going to do another shout out to Broseph and the boys and Paddy and Jay and all of you fellas. You guys are just amazing. You've been with me through all the everything, and we've just been such a team, and it's just such a family, Sinner. All of these people that I've raced with over the last year it's just amazing. I can't appreciate it enough. It's fantastic.
Well, look, I think out of the whole field in both categories, pros and the academy as well, I think no driver is more deserving of their first win than you. So I'm so happy to be able to call that tonight. I'm so happy that it's actually a drama-packed one for you as well, and it's going to be one that you go back and watch and enjoy thoroughly, I believe. And hopefully I called it good for you, and I hope you like it when you go back and watch it.
Oh, mate, I just can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, and also, actually, one more shout out. I have to shout out to Racer Ose for being in my ear for the second part of that race. He is a fantastic chief engineer. He's a very calming voice, and he told me what was going on, and it was also a big help.
No worries.
Just for the record.
It does help, but unfortunately with the game we can't all have spotters. We unfortunately got to sacrifice a team member to be able to get that to happen, unfortunately.
We did that.
All right, so look, I know you're on the high from the win. Congrats on that.
Mate.
But let's talk next week. Is this going to be able to be something you can carry on? We know street circuits have always been a problem for you. Your luck seems to be one or the other. Either you get up there and you have a great race, or you're out early. We know Singapore's been probably the worst street circuit for you in the whole 4 seasons you've raced with us. Let's talk serious here. I don't want to bring the mood down, but have you been practicing this track? Are you prepared for the rain on this track like last season that got a lot of people a little off-centered last season? What prep have you been doing for Singapore? Because obviously this is a big one for you. This is that Moby Dick race for you that you want to be able to get on top of and conquer.
I have done a few races at Singapore. My week, so between now and next Sunday, 7 days, it's just going to be full of practice and full of strategy. I'm going to be hopefully talking to Tomo about strategy as well, because I'm not really sure what the strategy is. Like you say, I haven't had the best of luck here. At Singapore. So hopefully we can sort of collaborate, and maybe this is it. I've just got to keep the momentum going, Sinner. Got to keep it going. Hopefully, let's go. Let's go.
Well, that's it, mate. That's it. Now, on the high of the win, congratulations. Go and celebrate that with your Silver Fern buddies and your team. I know Tomo is going to be over the moon there for your first victory, and the rest of the Silver Fern boys will be. I think even drivers that aren't on your team that race against you, or even the Academy boys, they're sending out big shouts as well. A lot of the boys from the split-second team, the Academy, and the Marathon boys are cheering you on as you've got ex-team members there as well. So, look, mate, you're loved amongst the paddock. Everyone loves you. You are the Danny Rick of our organisation, I'd have to say. You're the fun larrikin one, but when it comes to racing, you're the first one to criticise yourself on a bad race. But you're good fun once we can get you up there on a podium and that. And I got to say, last season when we were just having the muck around season in F2s for the fun and that, the amount of times you'd be up the top and you'd have a good win, and we weren't able to reward it. We weren't streaming it. We weren't able to reward it. So yeah, look, congratulations. I'm very happy for you. And I know I've got my own team to manage and that, but it's great when people like you, or even White Chocolate when he had his first win the other week. It's good to see you guys are coming up. And as you said, we've stepped the class up. And instead of you guys just, being mid-pack, the people that are coming up and showing up are actually the ones that were the support acts during Academy. They're now the ones that are shining like yourself. Like, you've been very consistent this season, I will say that, and it's finally paid off for you with this consistent racing. And what a job tonight. Not only did you win the first race, you did it on a great strategy call, and you did it in the wet, defending a driver all over your gearbox until the last lap. So this isn't just a win. This is a well-skilled, well-earned, well-planned win, mate. You deserve it. Take it to the bank, and congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Senna. Also shout out to Timmy. Hard luck, mate. Just couldn't quite get past me. Hopefully I can stay in front of you for the rest of the season, mate. Good on you, bro.
No worries, mate. Look, we'll hopefully see you on the podium again before the end of the season, eh?
Oh, you will.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations. Go and celebrate that win, and best of luck next week in Singapore, mate. Well done.
Cheers. Cheers, Senna.
All right, well, let's go. It's the end of the show. What a race. And it got dragged out from the weather, I got to say that. We've ended up going a little bit longer than we normally do, but to everyone that's stuck around for the interviews and that, thank you very much. It's been an amazing night tonight racing with the pros. They really pushed it out tonight. The rain for qualifying caused a big effect there with the DNF of Racer and Alan Sander in the top 10 shootout. They really pushed themselves tonight. And then to see the rain at the last second there, what a race. Your top three, Boy Racer coming first, White Chocolate in at second, and of course Timmy the reserve for the Phoenix coming in at third there. What a race. An amazing job. A shout out to Formula. He did a great job leading the race until the rain came, and then was just unfortunate on strategy. Of course, and a shout out to Caleb for starting the race in last and pushing himself all the way up there to to make it to the points at the end. So just an amazing job by the Phoenix team. They pretty much put the pressure on everyone tonight. And it was an amazing night. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and of course Discord. Our brand new website will be out in April, on April 1st. And no, it's not April Fool's Day. It's just the date that has been picked. So keep an eye out on that. We'll keep everything F1 split second updated there, plus with all the new information that is about to come and be released. That will all be out on the 1st of April, so keep an eye out for that. But you'll get all your updates, all your information, and all your news on the website, and then it will filter out to our social medias after that. But for now, tonight at Imola, round 5, the pros, our winner was Boy Racer. What a race by him in the wet. It came down to sheer will and determination, and that boy did it all the way. So a well-deserved win for Boy Racer, and I believe he wasn't even involved in any form of incident, so I think it's a safe win. The stewards won't take anything from him this week. It'll be really good. Shout out to a few of the members tonight. We'll start with Twitch before we go. So Getty69, welcome and thank you for the follow. Amson, thank you very much. Lewis, thank you very much. IDDU, thank you very much. The Gaming, thank you very much. Plucky, Minnie, thank you. Billy Beamer, Steve Brown, and Josh Bullivant, thank you very much tonight. Dr. Frosty, PWLS, and Ashy Boy, thank you very much, all of you guys watching at home, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Appreciate it. Remember, tomorrow night, Academy, 6:30, Monday night. The boys are at Singapore. They're under the lights for the first time in the season. They had to race day in all the other races that normally have the under the lights situation at Abu Dhabi and Jeddah. They had to race in the heat. Not under lights, so this is their only race under the lights. They're looking forward to it tomorrow night. The competition is so tight and close that the drivers are going to give it everything they've got, so make sure you don't miss any of the action tomorrow night. 6:30 tomorrow night, live here on Split Second Media, and it's brought to you by Split Second Gaming. But until tomorrow night, this has been the Split Second F1 Pro Series. I've been your host, Sinner Phoenix, and until we see you again, keep on gaming.
When we were young, for the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land, Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah. I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be alone, Savannah. The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah.